Why
I
did
already
you?
said I should focus on the class that if I'm selling data that might not be diverted for that I should hold on for now.
Okay, so you left the business to someone, right? Or you just abandoned it? Okay,
I haven't started it before, so I abandoned it for now.
okay. So you actually okay. There are some website that you log into if someone wants to buy and you use the website to to subscribe for them,
Yeah.
right?
I buy the data at cheap prices from the website.
Okay, so you
From the
now
website,
resell.
then I resell them.
Okay. Well, see,
For example, we can buy maybe MTN 1 gig for as low as 218 naira and we can sell it 300
I even know some website that sell it cheaper, way cheaper than that.
than 218.
280.
Yes,
Okay, I think 280 is okay.
218 MTN 1 gig.
Yeah.
That's the lowest I've seen. And Airtel is maybe 238 lowest.
Okay. It's okay. Well, although I have like I have a little experience about all this data stuff. I just don't feel like going into them. So for like the last 3 years now, so I have a friend that is all like his business entirely. That's what he's doing, data reselling and so on. He even have a website right now, and I think he sells 1 gig for reseller. If you want to, if you also you two you are reselling it, I think maybe 220 or so. That's what he's selling 1 gig, and so
What's the name of the website?
Destiny Hub stuff. I don't know. Let me even check. Destiny.
I actually have a friend who is into it too. He was actually like, if I can manage his business for him up to August next year. I mean, I said that I'm busy. That I even wanted
Don't
to start
mind.
my own. That is because I'm busy that I haven't started.
Don't mind him. So why do you need to be managing his own business? It's not really a big deal if you actually want to go into it like that. So and I work for a company too in UI, in front of UI like this. So and their main business there is data too, but their own is not that all this normal reselling that you people are doing. Selling. So they have APIs and so we build API, a very big
I also
company.
have,
So
that was the reason why I asked you that what does API mean?
okay.
I actually saw some website. I have like 3 websites. Then there are some places like this. You are going to see developers API.
Yes, yes.
That was the reason I now asked you that what was this what's the meaning of API?
Mm. I wanted to dive into it like was it last year? Yeah, that was last year, late last year. But my own issue with it is I don't have time for all this. I want to buy 1 gig. I want to buy 2 gig. No, what I was looking for is getting all this API, then set up a website, and I'll be selling to people that will be reselling it. So I don't want to be like someone will now be messaging me on WhatsApp. I want to buy data. I don't have time for that one. So okay.
I actually have websites that they have their APIs and
So
stuff like that, but I didn't understand this. That was the reason why I asked you that time that what does API mean?
so not really a big deal anyway. Like this website now. No, I wasn't the one that built it for him anyway. This guy.
Almost all of them usually something I noticed about these data resellers.
Mm.
Like their website are almost like they're always identical.
Yes, do you know why? I told you I work for a there was a company around UI that I work for, and the thing there is this: we are the one that will set up the API. Like if you want to go into data now, just because you're a web developer. They won't just give you access to all the APIs and everything. They won't give you access like that. So what they will tell you is that you should give them your website name, your domain name. So they will now buy the domain name and they will be the one to host your website for you. They will design the website and host it for you. And they are not going to start afresh now to like, okay, we want to design from the start for you. No. So there's a template already. They will just edit the template and give you change the color. They ask you what's your own color, what's your business color, and change it for you. So that's what they normally do. Not that they will now. So what I was looking for is, so I was looking for something like that kind of business. That what I was looking for then. That okay, where do you buy those API? Like getting into normal MTN. Is there a way that you connect with MTN that they sell the API for you in a large quantity, the data and so on? But I couldn't. People there, that's their own. That's the secret of their business. So they're hiding it. All they be telling you is, don't worry, I will set up a website for you. I said, I don't need your website. I can set up my website by myself. So, but I just feel like
I actually have
it's not really
I have
that kind
side.
of business. My own experience there is, for now, for at this level, you may think maybe one or two things you'll be generating money from it, but it's not really worth it. It's not really worth it. I won't lie to you. Like be selling data before you can make a fortune from it, you must have spent like nothing less than 5 years on this business. So and that kind of growth.
답변하기 적당한 말.
You see, there are some business that when you realize that okay, with time the growth will come and it will be like a big one. You can spend time on them, but when you realize that okay, even if I spend 10 years on this kind of business, what kind of growth am I expecting? And you realize that
My daddy
okay,
actually told me of that too.
so I actually realized that even after spending like this company that I told you that I work for in front of you, it was early this year that I worked for them. I just after like 2 3 months I resigned. So I realized that the growth there is I don't believe in that kind of growth after like 15 years in that business and they are still like this. So what do I need this kind of thing for? So that's why I just abandoned
My
the
daddy
place.
actually told me about that too.
So well, what I will advise you at this stage you are. See, one thing about tech is this: if you are business oriented, somebody like me, and it has been my problem. It's been a while that I've been into tech, like as far back as 2014. I started writing code. So, but I'm more like business oriented. I want to build a business. I want to build a company, and I've tried a lot. And currently, I still have like two different companies that I'm running. They are tech driven and still working for someone. So, but the thing there is, if you are going into tech, the best thing is just focus on yourself. Leave the company aside. Build your competency, your expertise. Build yourself first. Then by the time you get into tech, you have the money. Work for people, get your money. I'm using this opportunity for us to wait for Bashir, but I don't think he's joined, and it's online. So by working for people, you get your money from there. So after having your own money, you can now be like, okay, well, I want to invest. I want to create a company. It is easier that way than you starting from like, okay, you don't have much and you are building a company. So like, I'm building a business. You don't have much money at hand. To waste a lot of time. In fact, by the time you be seeing your friends that you started at the same time, you won't believe what they are doing. So just don't waste your time on all this petty stuff for now. Just focus on your development. In the next at most 2 years, if you don't relent, 2 years, you can get a good job with tech this thing. So that's one thing about tech. In the next 2 years, get a
If you
good
can
job.
remember, there was a day I asked about this certification thing.
Yes,
Can you help me shed
yes,
light on it?
yes. One thing about, you see, in tech at this current level that we have, so you don't really need certification, especially for the programming aspect of tech. So the only aspect that you may that is very important is networking and cybersecurity. So people actually want to know, do you have and the reason is that those fields, there are companies that they are like standard, there are companies that set the standard, especially in networking now. Cisco is one of them. Cisco sets standard for networking, and there is CompTIA, so which is handled by IBM. And for cybersecurity too, so there are professional certificates that international standard stuff. So if you want to like go into those fields, you need to pursue those certificates, so that if you ask, okay, I'm into networking, they will ask you, what level are you? Are you an associate? Are you a professional? Are you an expert? Because there are certification for that. But in programming, nobody cares. And the reason being that there's no backbone. There's no You see all the international companies, they don't care about your certification. What they care is what can you do. So if I okay after the training now, if I be like, okay, oh, I want to give you a certificate. After giving you, I won't lie to you, nobody will ask that, okay, oh, do you have a certificate in HTML? No. In CSS? No. In Java? No. What people want to know is, can you write JavaScript? Yes. Can you write are you a backend developer, are you front end? And they, okay, if you said, okay, I'm a front end developer, then okay, show us your project. What have you done? What can you do? Nobody will ask for your certificate. In fact, let me bust your brain. Nobody even it's very rare, unless you are applying for government entity, or some schools. All these universities, they also hire developers. So if you are not into those ones, like all these private company or international company, they won't even ask you, okay, do you have a degree or do you have anything? Number one thing is the language barrier. Can you
So
communicate with them?
wait,
Then number
wait,
two,
I want to quickly add something.
okay,
So like basically you don't need a certificate to work.
at all. Where I'm working
Okay.
here, see, one thing is this: where I'm working here, the reason why, although I came here to serve, that was 2019. So, and after the service, they retained me, and after the service, I went back to Ibadan. So I was working for them remotely. That was number one. And they didn't retain me because I was a graduate. In fact, it was after my service that my CEO here realized that I'm even an HND graduate, not a BSc holder. Because it doesn't really matter in tech. Sorry, what you really need is the skills. Although I won't deceive you, the certificate is okay. We are apart from we are in Nigeria, there are some standards that you need to have. If you don't have them, you yourself will be feeling like, "Ah, and I don't have a BSc, and I don't have a master's, so I'm not a graduate too." That feeling will be there. But as a career, if you want to develop a career in tech, and mind you, you going to school doesn't affect your career in tech. So you might be in school and you'll be learning. I started writing code as far back as 2014, and then I was in second year at the Polytechnic Ibadan. Then I was in second year. I started writing code. So, and it doesn't affect me. So my free time, I use it to learn, continue writing code. So by the time you finish your school like this, even during the school, if you have the proficiency, you'll be working remotely for people and you'll be earning your money. So that's one thing. And after you graduate, by the time you now you that you are starting even before you gain admission, let me tell you, by the time you gain admission, spend 4 years in school, you must have had like 4 years experience in web development. And 4 years experience in web development will earn you nothing less than, in Nigeria of today, we earn you nothing less than 450K in web development. Like if you see a full-time job, and by the time you work with companies, have a little experience, you build a great portfolio, by the time you know it, after 2 years, don't let me be mentioning money here. So That's one thing. But the degree is good, but don't doesn't really matter that okay you must have it, and it doesn't matter the course you are studying in school. That's another thing.
Okay.
Although if you are studying computer related course like computer science, it will help you a lot. Reason number one, although if you go to university, so first year forget about it. Maybe they will just maybe one or two courses in computer science, intro to computer and intro to programming. So everything will be chemistry, biology, and what we've been doing from secondary school. Second year they will start to like introduce you some complicated courses. So second year, third year, last year. So they will one thing about computer science is they will teach you, you see all this algorithm, data structure, system analysis. You have a deeper knowledge. Like if you are building a software, your understanding of software will be better than someone that's going to study Greek, or someone that went to study chemistry or medicine or engineering. Forget it. Your own will be different. Your own understanding. So you have the capability to build a sophisticated software compared to those ones that doesn't have a computer background. So it will help, but in terms of professional, like okay, I mean, are you a developer? Forget it. They will not teach you that in school. Although you write all these normal programming language, they will teach you, but not to the level that you'll be able to write anything. So that's the fact. So you just have to. For now,
this is the only thing I'm into.
just
Like
focus,
this is all I'm doing for now. I'm just learning programming.
just keep on. Don't stop. That's one thing. You have a system. Just keep learning. Do projects. By the time you get into school, just focus on that and just keep it on. That's all. Don't let us talk too much. So
Wait, before we move on, I want to quickly ask something.
okay.
I don't know, maybe it's because people don't understand, or I've heard something like this before. Some people are like, I don't know how true it is. They will be like, maybe when you build the website and the number of people that visit your website or something like that are going to be making money from that or something like that.
Well, it is true, but it is not. I tell people like if almost everybody asks me that question. Even people that are not into web development or into tech, people will be telling you, come and build website for me, and I want to be generating money from it. Fine, it is a possibility, but it's not. Before you can achieve something like that, you are not I want you to build a website for me. Somebody like that will not achieve it. But someone that everything before you can be getting money from a business, before a business become lucrative, if it's not stealing. So let me get this thing straight. So don't have it in mind that there's a free money somewhere. Just forget it. There's no free money anywhere. So if you have a website, before you can be getting money in that regard, you must have worked. People that your website must be a popular one. So and this is how it works. It's a branch of it's one of the digital, we call it, it's in the aspect of digital marketing. So it is Google that render such services. So what Google does is that they have what they called search engine optimization, and they have search engine marketing. So it is now the search engine marketing that under the search engine marketing, that's where they have the Google AdSense. So if you want to market your business,
What of the
AdSense, search engine. Okay. So
is it the same thing as advertisements? Maybe all these ads we see popping out on websites.
yes, those are the Google AdSense listing. All the any you go to any website now and see a ad popping up. So it's coming from Google AdSense.
Okay.
So businesses go to Google and they tell Google that okay, I want to market our business, and Google charge them. So when Google charge them, you yourself, you a website owner, when you build the website, you allow Google to advertise on your website. When you allow Google to advertise on your website, you'll be generating money. But that money, you need a lot of traffic and engagement on your website before that money can be like before you can see a tangible money. Before you can make $1 in your website, you must have like a lot of visitors and engagement on that website. So that's just it. It is true, but it's not that easy to generate. It's not something that you can just jump into and be like, okay, the next month, maybe by next month I generate $1,000 on my website. No, it's not that easy. So unless stealing is very rampant right nowadays. So unless someone is into stealing, that okay, I know how to make this thing fast and so on. So, but on a real sense, it's not that straightforward. So, but it is true. It is possible.
Okay.
So, what I want us to do tonight is I want us to run through CSS. So after running through
Okay.
CSS,
I'm
so we be gaining experience as we develop programs, like as we develop projects. So and a lot of new CSS features and so on will be coming up when you are following those tutorials that I gave you. But let's just run through it so that we can move to Bootstrap, because before we can actually start like building some tangible projects, we need to learn that Bootstrap to make our work easier. By the time we learn Bootstrap, we will develop a beautiful website like this, create a beautiful navigation bar, something like this. It is easier. It's something we can achieve with CSS as well, but it is easier. It is easier with Bootstrap. So by the time we learn Bootstrap this week, my focus is that okay, we learn Bootstrap. By next week, we build an HTML CSS with a Bootstrap website. Then the second month, I think this is the third week, right?
yes.
So in the second month, we are going to start our JavaScript. So we are going to spend a lot of time in JavaScript. JavaScript is it's a programming language. So there's a lot to cover, and we don't treat it very well. You may not really grab, and JavaScript is hard compared to you see all these ones that we are doing. That after a day you can develop, you can use to your writing code already. So with JavaScript, we don't treat it very well and spend a lot of time on it. You may not be able to do much. So we need that second month to actually start JavaScript. Maybe after week 2, we now start to write JavaScript projects. So and we're doing some other projects along the line with HTML CSS. So that's that. So I will just be running through CSS.
I actually want to ask a question on the assignment to give us.
Okay, what's the question?
That video.
Okay.
I haven't started watching it, but I want to ask that video.
Yes.
Like, how easy that possible is it? Because the app, that man, that social book or whatever,
Yes.
that I said you made, I want to search on Play Store, but I didn't see it there.
That's not an app. You see what the guy, you can see that the output, although I didn't watch the video, I just feel like it will help. So the person is copying something, like Facebook interface. That's what he's trying to copy, rebuilding the
Yes.
Facebook interface. So it's not really an app that you can download on Play Store. And lucky maybe the person he might upload it online and give you the link that okay, you can search and see. He can even give you like the link to the source code. It is possible, but it's just like as we are having classes now, so and we are recording, we are uploading to YouTube. So I can just decide to just do a run through, like okay, I want how to design a fine website like this, or I want to make website or Twitter, I want to build it, and I will build it. Normal record it with my system and upload it to YouTube, something like that. It's not a real project that okay, the person sit down because someone paid him. No, the person did it to generate YouTube feels. People are making money from YouTube, right?
Not really.
Okay, people are making money from YouTube, and this is how it works. So when you have content on YouTube, so you can see that when you are watching YouTube videos, YouTube
Yes.
they advertise on those videos. All those
You can actually
advertisements.
download the videos. I usually download the videos.
Okay, so all the advertisement that they are doing, so people are paying for it, and they will also pay you that owns the video. But like I said, everything
Okay.
is not that easy to get anymore. So before you can monetize your YouTube video, you need to have like 1,000 subscribers minimum, and minimum of 1,000 watch hour. That means people have engaged your content for minimum of 1,000 hours. So before they will allow you to monetize your YouTube channel. By the time you monetize your YouTube channel, so every time people watch your videos, any of your videos at all, and they advertise, so you'll be getting money in your account, a money that you can withdraw. So, but before you reach that level, it is it is really not easy. So those are the things.
Okay.
Those are the things there. So you see all these things, don't worry. So are you the one that subscribed to the channel?
No.
So if you watch,
I haven't really I haven't really visited YouTube like that. I'll just copy the link and download it on my YouTube downloader so that I can have it on my phone.
okay, okay, no problem. So let's go to our CSS. Why is Bashir not online? And he knew that we are having class. Sorry. So now, comment in CSS. I believe you know how to do that. You want to comment in
Yes.
CSS. So
Control control plus forward.
that one is we do it for you automatically, but you need to know, okay, if you want to comment out, if that shortcut is not working. No, that one is a shortcut.
Yeah, I don't know it. That's what I usually use. I usually use control forward.
What if you
For
are
anything
using
that
a
CSS.
what if you are using a text editor that doesn't allow that shortcut to work? There are some
I
companies
didn't
that
even know that.
if you want to work with them, so they have their own customized text editor that you will use. So in that kind of scenario, some of the shortcut that that normally works will not work on those ones. So you have to like rely on yourself, what you know how to type. So if you want to comment on CSS, so you start with /, then followed by star. So you see this,
Okay.
and everything within this, everything that comes between this, the closing, this the opening, the comment, will be the comment. Let me open our class project. So let's use this as an example. There's someone I should call. Call. And I'm record the card. Okay, so I want to comment from this body now. So I can start with, you start your phone when you're commenting with / followed by star, followed by star. So you can see that everything has been commented out. So from where I started here.
Yes.
So if you want anywhere you want to stop, let's say I want to stop here. So you go there, you type your star, and then it with what /
Okay.
Yes. So that's how to comment with CSS. So let's move from down. Then CSS colors. CSS colors. So colors are specified using predefined color names or RGB, hexadecimal, HSL, RGBA, HSLA. Now, example: background color Georgia blue, background color tomato. Okay, now to use RGBA, so this how to, if you are good with mixing RGBA color red, green, blue, that's good. It started from 0 to 255. So, and 255, it's that far, that 255 value, well, let's leave it. 255 is actually, I think that's base 8, Abby. So
That's it.
something like base 8. So there's something called the number thing in programming. Apart from base 2, we have binary, which is base 2, octet, which is base 8, base 10, and hexadecimal. So hexadecimal stop at, I think, A, B, C, D, E. I think E or D. E. So now if you can decide to be using your RGB if you like it, and this is the hexadecimal value which I use most of the time. This HSL, I don't normally use it, but it is there as well. So, but the only thing there is anywhere you want to use your own color. So after declaring the attribute, the value, depending on what you want, the style you want to use, so you just insert it to your own value. So okay, I think they treated it here. As for the RGB, so RGB value in CSS, the color can be specified as RGB value using this formula: RGB, red, green, blue. So this is like a mixer, color mixer. Can you see it? So if you want to, like, okay, how do I determine the value that I want to use? This out, you can come here, especially this W3 school page. You can just come here to mix your color to get the color code from here. You understand, Abby? So
Yes.
you can come here and mix your color. So 255 is white. You can see it. It's pure white. You put red.
Actually, I have a question. I want to ask a question.
What's the question?
For example, now, if you want to build a web page,
Yes.
like, how do you know the colors to use? For example, now, navigation bar, how do you know, for example, how do you know the color that will match the background? Stuff like that. Do you understand what I'm trying to?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying, like,
Okay. So
how do you know the color combinations that they are going to match together?
well, they don't teach that anywhere. That okay, today we want to teach you color combination. But you see, color combination, you just need to understand the basic. okay, this color will not work well on this color. So those colors that will not work together, you need to know. And one thing about web development is simplicity. So forget about color. You can develop websites based on using black and white. So if you are developing, make sure you are maintaining just one color. So maybe your website now, the color you are using is blue. So make sure you mix that blue with enough white and little black. So you on your website, you now have blue at your navigation bar, have green at the bottom, have red at the middle, color riots. So it's just a sense of okay, if I'm using a color, that means okay, on this website I want to use one color. So you see that one color now. One thing about web development is if you want to stick to yellow, we have varieties of yellow. Here now, let me use this as an example. This is red, abi? Something like, let's say this
Yes.
is red. So let's say this website, the website color is red. So we want to use red, white, and black. So you can use red, white, and black. You see, white and black is natural. So you just introduce one color into it. So by the time you introduce red, you can use this kind of red somewhere. And when you see that okay, I don't want the red to come out really well, you can use this one. So they are still in the red circle. And you can come here, okay, this is a little red, this another type of red, and this another type of red. So we have color mixers everywhere that you can use. So to maintain one color. So if you want to like okay, you want to handle your color very well, I just advise you use one color. With you can choose between blue, green, yellow, and red. So know that if you want to develop a website, pick one of them. So mix it with white and black. So and make it vary. So if you have deep yellow here, use lighter yellow somewhere else, and so on. And then along the line, by the time you see some websites and see the way they mix their color, you have a sense of okay, this is how they normally do it, and from there you pick. So the RGBA one, red, green, blue, and alpha. So the alpha parameter is a number between 0 and 1. So it's actually a binary, fully transparent and not transparent at all. So the A at the end is for transparency, to reduce the transparency or to deepen it. So that's the functionality of that A there. So that's for the color. Hexadecimal 2 is there. So let's leave the color. Now under the CSS background, so we have a lot of property under the background. In this chapter, you will learn about the following CSS background property. Background color, we've done that. Background image, I think we've used it as well. Background repeat, background attachment, background position, and ordinary background. So one thing about ordinary background is when you declare background, so you can decide to put color in front of it as the value. You can decide to put image in front of it as the value. So background is general. You see all these ones at the top. Instead of declaring background color and put color, you can just say background and put color, it will work. Instead of declaring background image and put the image URL, you can just say background and put the image. So you can see that they said shorthand property. So you can use it for any of all these property and it will work the same way. So I think we've used them a little. You have the understanding of what they do. So let's move from the background and go to the border. So we've not done much about border, but here we have. So under the border, it says the border property allow you to specify the style, width, and color of an element border. So if you have an element, every element in CSS, you can give them a border. So if you give them a border and it's not showing, make sure you just give it width and height. The border will come out fast now. So now And you can customize it. Okay, border bottom, border left, border right, and border radius. So you can see that this one is the edge is not sharpened like this one here. This is a sharpened edge,
Yes, yes.
and the edge here is not sharpened. So if you want to do something like this, you use border radius. So don't worry. I think we should show the example here. So under the border style, you have dotted instead of have one straight line. It's that straight line that you can see here is solid. The border style here is solid. So if you have dotted, it will be one dot 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 dot. If you have dash, it will be dash dash dash. If you have double, it will double your border. Groove, 3D, ridge, and so on. So those are the borders that we have. So I think they have an example here: dotted, dashed, solid, double, groove, ridge, inset border, outset border, no border, hidden, mixed border.
Me.
So those are the stuff about border. Margins, you can your own disturb here. So
Yes.
margin, there's something called CSS box model. Let me see if I can see it so I can use that to explain the margin padding to you. So CSS box model, in CSS the tag box model is used when talking about design and layout. The CSS box model is essentially a box that wraps around every HTML element. It consists of margin, borders, padding, and the actual content. So you need to take note of this. Every HTML element is following the CSS box model pattern. So what I mean by that is when you have a tag, when you have a tag, sorry, wow. So the, let's say this white background area is the content. You can see the way they label it. So after the content, within the border, after the content within the border, the inside. Now let's say, okay, let's instead of talking about it, let's just come here and see what we can do to explain that.
Okay.
So yeah, now it's an I know English is fast. It's a sequel. So okay, you see this navigation that have yellow background here. So let's use that as an
Yes.
example. So let's use that as an example. So let me look for it here. So this is the H1. So it's under the class about, and it is H1. So I'm going there now. I will select the class about. So about, and H1. So now I want you to see the way it is looking right now. You can see the way it's looking, right? So let's give it a padding. I want to do padding first. So padding, let's say padding 30 pixels. Can you see the difference? Hello? Hello, are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
So can you see the difference now?
Yes,
So
it's bigger and the height is somehow larger.
the padding, the size is not bigger. One thing, this is what is happening. The size of the content itself remain the same, but the box around the content got bigger. So what we simply did here is this: when we say padding 30 pieces, that means from the right. So this is the end of the content here, right? Here. So
Yes,
from the right, we want to have 30 pixels space to the border of the content. So from the top, we want to have the same 30 pixel space. From the bottom, we want to have 30 pixels. From the left, we want to have 30 pixels. So if you want to have
okay,
like maybe from the top, we should have like 0. Let's say we have 0. So you can see that 0 from top and bottom is 0, but left and right is what? 30. So let's change it to, let's say 30 top left. Then left and right, let's say 0. This is not really working because the space itself originally, the diff itself, it has a width. So
that's a specified width.
yes, that's a width. So pardon me, not reduce that width. I'm thinking of what we can do. But okay, let's use this top bottom 20 pixels as an example. So if we change this one from 0 to, let's say, 10 pixels. So that's the work of the padding. The padding will the inner space of that element. That's what the padding will
답변하기
affect.
적당한 말을 찾지 못했어요.
Shut up. So now for the margin, the margin is dealing with the outer space, of the what, of the tag. That's what the padding is dealing with. So let's do 30 pixels as well. So the work of the padding here, of the margin here, is that the space between that element and the picture gotten wider, and the space between the elements and the content below it gets wider as well. Can you notice, did you notice that?
관세음 보살에 대해 위키백과에서 찾은 내용을 읽어줄게요.
Yes,
So that's for the, if I change it to 0 now, you can see that the space got it came up. So that's the work of the padding. Now when they are talking of box model, the the padding is within the content, which is showing here, and the margin is outside the content, which is outside the border. Now let's give border too. To apply border, you say border, sorry, border, something like, let's say 10 pixels, solid black. So 10 pixels solid black. Check our, you can see the border now.
Yes.
So that's the border. So instead of solid,
I want to ask you a question.
okay,
Are you recording the class?
yes,
Because I like maybe when I need to make reference to it so that I
yes,
can check.
yes, I'm recording. Don't worry.
Okay.
So you see this solid here, you can change it to all those properties that we saw the other time. It might be solid, it might be dotted, it might
Dotted.
be double, and so on.
What of the border radius?
Okay, so to do border radius, let's say border radius. So let's say 5 pixels. It's not really showing, Abby. Let's increase it to 10 so you can see it. You can see that it's getting bent, right?
Yes.
So that's border radius. So
Okay.
then let's look for another CSS property here. Outline. It outline well. You can check it out. Then I don't think we need to go to text and font. Okay, let's go to font. So the work of the font is you want to import. I think I talked about the font one time like this. So if you want to import other fonts into CSS,
Yes.
so
But they were in PS that you talked about family or something like that.
so some font families under general font family under the serif we have Times New Roman, Georgia, Garamond, Sans Serif, Arial, Fadana, Helvetica, under monospace. So these are the words font family. Now, so if you want to use them font
Wait,
family,
before we move on, I want to ask a question.
what's the question?
There was a time, I can't remember where I was reading it. Maybe it was on W3 School. They were talking about, they said some browsers also they don't support some fonts.
Yes,
So before you can use any font,
yes.
before how you know the fonts that are supported by the computer, by browsers generally.
Well, you see, that's where as a developer, you need to be sensitive. And right now, almost all the browsers they are using Chrome engine. So you see that Google Chrome is a very powerful browser, a very powerful one. So like you now, let's say you are using Google Chrome. There's Google Chrome, and there's Mozilla Firefox, abi. So you see all these ones that we are
I
talking
don't
about.
know that Firefox, but I know Chrome. I use Chrome most of the time, but I don't know the Firefox you are talking about.
The very popular one as well, Mozilla Firefox. You can search for it. It's also a browser. So and
Yeah.
let's do a quick survey so you can see most populous.
The other browser that I still know is Opera Mini.
That one is not even as popular as Firefox browsers. So you can see them.
Okay.
So the first one is Google Chrome, right? The second one is Firefox,
Yes.
followed by Safari,
Yes.
followed by Opera, followed by Google Edge, Internet Explorer. We have Brave, which one the one I'm using. I'm using Brave. We have UC
Okay.
browser, we have
Browser.
Fifaji, and we have Chromium, Chrome, Google Chrome for Kinikan. Mosaic, Mastin, Genome, Firefox for Android, Netscape, Tor browser, Opera mobile, Slim browser, Netscape, Internet Explorer 3, Firefox 2,
Really.
Opera Mini, and so on. So let's just say this is the order of how popular they are. So maybe
Okay.
we say something like that. So one thing is, you see the Google Chrome, Firefox, and let me say let me say Brave. So those three, they will support all the fonts.
Okay.
So, but something like Safari, Opera 2 will support almost all the fonts. But you see all these Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, they have problems, and people are still using them. That's the funniest thing. So,
I don't even know why. I just hate that Microsoft Edge.
okay, you're just saying
So last week,
okay. Well, they are migrating from that. What Microsoft normally does before is the Internet Explorer, and I think they stopped this thing now, the Internet Explorer now. So what their own browser now is the Microsoft Edge that they are building. So now to import, you see all these fonts, all these normal ones you can see here. We work on Google Chrome, or you work on all the browsers that we are talking about. All this one that you can see here, but there are some fonts. Don't worry. By the time you get to maybe Bootstrap, we talk about font as well in Bootstrap. So there are some other
okay.
customized fonts that you too, when you want to use them, you need to go and look for a link that we are going to import it from one link. Those are the fonts that might not work on all those browsers, and if they are not working, so you need to set a default. Like, okay, if this one is not working, maybe it's go back to serif family or sans serif or monospace. So that's just the
Okay, okay. I actually have a friend who is also learning web development.
okay.
Sometimes when he just send his file to me, I'll just see something like link, href, font, dot Google something.
Yes.
You know, I don't understand all those stuff.
So those are the if you want to use all those fonts, all those customized fonts, so you can just go there, like use those link, and the font will be available in our project. But you see all these ones are like they are inbuilt fonts that you can just use. So Tauma, Triple J, so on. So that's that. Uh, Now let's be clicking on that. Sorry, CSS icon.
Thank you.
So okay, we are getting to those aspects now. Maybe I will be importing resources from online. So CSS icon. If you want to use CSS icon, you want to use icon in your project. Icons like this, see something like this. They are all icons. You want to use them. So like the fonts you just talked about now. So you just come here under the script. You can put it under in your head, or you can put it in the at the bottom of the page. So when time you see anything like script, that's JavaScript. So, but if it is normal
Okay.
CSS, what they put here is link. So this is the URL. The resource is not local. It's not on our local system, so you have to refer to it on the website. So this is the URL to it, and in your web, in your HTML and stuff, you can use this. So let's practicalize. Let's do
Wait, I want to quickly blow my nose.
okay.
Okay, I'm back.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So I'm putting the link here. Then fax icon, all these icons here. Let's go to okay. After this, let's put the icons here. Are they showing? No.
No.
That's one problem with all these ones. So that guy is not working. And problem is from this script here. So opening this. Okay, the URL is not going. Okay, but the URL is working. Why is it not showing? Okay, let me copy this guy out there. Put it inside the paragraph. Let's see.
It's not working.
It's not working. So I do all this, but this is the JavaScript. This is the code, and it's supposed to be working. So since the code is going, so it's supposed to be working. But no Allah. When we get to Bootstrap, we're going to treat that topic well. Fast. Let me do like this. Fast icons. But there's a way we can play this one as well. So font awesome. This is the website for those icons that you've seen there. If you need any icon that you don't know its name, just come to this website and you search for the icon and you see the name and how to apply them.
I have a question.
Okay.
You know that I am, according to what I read on W3 school, that five icon is used for maybe in this YouTube page now, that whatever that is beside it. Is it totally different from icons? You know the icons now.
So I didn't get the question.
What's the name of the site? Yes?
I didn't get your question clearly.
I said that, like, is it the same way Is it the same way we are going to? Can we get five icons on this page too? Or this page we are getting icons?
Fav icon.
Yes.
There's fav icon, there's fast icon, there's fa fast icon. You see all those names, there are many. So, and once the name is different, so that means the library too, they are different. So depending on the
Okay.
library that you import into your project, that will determine the name that you'll be using.
Okay.
So like this one now,
What's the name of the site is visited now?
this one is for font awesome icons. So what I'm looking for here is actually to copy this thing is not working. So let me copy it like this first. Okay, I want to copy the SVG. So copying the SVG, we don't really need the, what's it called? We don't need the link to import it. SVG will link directly to the website. And you can see the SVG. So this one will generate the icons for us regardless of whether we have the proper linking or not. I think this guy is not is it that it's not showing, or it's not okay? You can see.
It's showing this it down
So
here.
this the one of SVG. So this is one of SVG.
Okay, what's the name of that site that you visited to download the icon?
Font awesome. I did not download the icon, I copied the SVG code. But don't worry, by the time you get to Bootstrap,
Okay.
we're going to be using this icon properly and make sure the links work. So that I'll be using this I tag for the icons. So this one is cleaner and it won't consume all our space, like this one is consuming all the spaces here. So you can see the SVG is too, it's like the code that generates that particular icon. So that's for the CSS icons, links, table, display, and so on. So
How can we reduce? I want to ask a question.
what's the question?
You see the icon we copied now. You see that it was very big. Like how can we reduce the size?
Yes, because number one, that's an SVG, so it is controllable anyway. You can do it with CSS. You understand? Where is it? See this SVG. You can do it with CSS to reduce it, but assuming it is this I tag. So if you are using this one too, if you are using the normal CSS one, we are going to style with the CSS to reduce the size. But assuming we are using the Bootstrap one, so with the Bootstrap, you can just use there's a class for the small, big, and extra large, something like that. With Bootstrap class, and we can just call the class and it will reduce it. So so now, this is very hot. This is using. Ah, please hold on, please. Web fonts, text effect. Oh, that shadow. Let's talk about this shadow. Okay, CSS advanced. Border image background, gradient, color, keywords. Okay. I really want to talk about this shadow. Where's shadow? Where's shadow? Where's shadow? Box shadow. So in this example, so what they did here is this. Let me see if this one will, if it will give us a good result here. I want to show you how the shadows, how it works. Okay. Do you notice anything about this our website now?
Yes, everything is like
So it raise it up and there's a shadow underneath them. You understand? So
yes.
now what shadow did is maybe you are developing and you need that kind of shadow somewhere. Actually you're going to need it. So it's not that you need core. So you will need it. So and you see all this by the time you see all these many values in front, the first one will surely be the top, the second one will be the right, the following one will be the bottom, and the last one will be the left. So but if the value is 3, this is the top, bottom, left and right. If the value is 2, it will be top, bottom, then the second one will be the left and right. So and to do border is normal 50, normal your border, we have three values for border. Number one is the size of the border, whether 5 pixel or 1 pixel or 10 pixels, followed by the type, is it solid, dash, dotted or so. The lastly is the color. So 1 pixel solid
Okay.
black, that's how border, that's how you declare border, normal. So and this is how you declare your shadows. So let's say this one is red. Let's see if there's, you see, can you see the changes now?
Yes.
That's how the shadows works. We are getting there. So let me see our recording now. Over 1 hour already. What else? Should we be having the class at night like that? I think this night is somehow peaceful.
Yes.
Somehow peaceful than the normal 5 p.m. And so you see we have a lot of we have a lot of CSS stuff here. So but one thing is this. the project I gave you. So work on them. If you see some new CSS features that you've not seen before, take note of them, read about them. If you need to ask question about them. So
Is it the one on that video?
yeah, the video link I sent to you,
Okay.
because they're going to write a lot of CSS in that video, a lot. Before you can achieve that without Bootstrap, man, you are going to write like you write CSS, you tire. So
Okay.
so mm, by tomorrow we are going to start our Bootstrap class, and let's say we have enough time, we still come back. There's no way we are going to write Bootstrap without writing CSS.
Most
And once you are writing websites now, like we are developing websites, you still use those CSS and everything. So, but one thing I want you to know is that you need to practice. So you really need to practice, move beyond the class. So you need to like go beyond the class and so on. So tomorrow we're starting our Bootstrap, and later we go to JavaScript.
Okay.
Alright, so let's stop the class here. Let me stop.